My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign. To all the men and women of the United States Armed Forces now in the Middle East, the peace of a troubled world and the hopes of an oppressed people now depend on you. That trust is well placed.
So you would keep troops in Iraq after this year?
I would take the oil.
I don't understand how you would take the, does that mean keeping troops there or staying involved in Iraq?
You heard me, I would take the oil.
The people you liberate will witness the honorable and decent spirit of the American military.
So you will guarantee that we will have a presence, that we will spend money, send troops, do whatever it takes in order to secure access
not
to
spend
oil?
money. We will make a fortune. We will make money. They have $15 trillion worth of oil in Iraq. $15 trillion. We will make a lot of money. We will not lose that oil.
We come to Iraq with respect for its citizens, for their great civilization, and for the religious faiths they practice. We have no ambition in Iraq except to remove a threat and restore control of that country to its own people.
So your Middle East policy is basically guided by our interest in oil?
My Middle East, I always heard that. I always heard that when we went into Iraq, we went in for the oil. I said, that sounds smart. Why don't we just take over the oil? We should take it over.
We should come in.
Well, I don't want to give it to Iran.
Should we be running Iraq right now?
We should be running the oil. You know, when they announced the war, and everybody smiles, oh, except the smart people. The smart people don't smile. You see, when they announced the war with Iraq, a few very smart people said, oh, that war is really smart because we're going to take over the oil. Unfortunately, Bush didn't have that in mind. You know, in the old days, you'd have a war, and you'd win the war. And to the victor belong the spoils. You know that.
We have no ambition in Iraq except to remove a threat and restore control of that country to its own people.
Look at Iraq. Look at the mess we have after spending $2 trillion, thousands of lives, wounded warriors all over the place who I love. Okay, all over. We have nothing. And I said, keep the oil. And we should have kept the oil, believe me. We should have kept the oil.
The people you liberate will witness the honorable and decent spirit of the American military.
When I heard that we were first going into Iraq, some very smart people told me, well, we're actually going for the oil. And I said, all right, I get that. I get that. There's nothing else. I get it. We didn't take the oil. 1.5 trillion, we should take it and pay ourselves back. What are we doing? What are we doing?
We will bring freedom to others, and we will prevail. May God bless our country and all who defend her.